So you may have just picked up your Samsung Galaxy S23 and you might be trying to find out some of the best tricks and tips that you can utilize within this specific phone. So I'm going to go ahead and break them down. I do one of these every year and these are very, very good phones. So thankfully you're good company. The S23, S23 Plus and S23 Ultra, very, very good phones. I think I just said it there. But essentially what you want to do, the very, very first trick, tip, whatever you want to call it, every single time you buy a brand new Galaxy or any Galaxy for the most part, is to go straight into your settings application. So make your way into your settings app, scroll all the way down, and click on software update and download and install the latest update that's available for your phone. By the time you already buy your Samsung Galaxy, there may already be an update available. It's not every single time, but a majority of the time, if you do buy one of these phones, by updating your phone, you are going to be in a very, very good spot. So what I would recommend doing, like I stated before, just go ahead, update your specific phone, and that is going to be the first thing because there's already features probably available for your phone. There's already bug fixes and so many different things available, and you may not even know about it yet. So go ahead and update your phone, and that's the very first thing I'd recommend doing. If there's an update available, just go ahead and do it on your Galaxy S23. Now, the next thing I'd recommend doing is actually not even on your phone. You can actually do this when your phone is on its lock screen. With the Galaxy S23, all S23s can do this. We now have the ability of editing our lock screen now, like fully customizing it. So what you can do here is once you're on the lock screen, you can go ahead and hold down on the lock screen like this and watch what happens. It'll now kind of go into the corner a little bit or like go up a little bit, and you will now be able to customize your lock screen a little bit further. So the first thing you can do is you can go ahead and basically edit the size of your time here. So if you want, what you can do is you can go ahead and tap on the size or tap on your clock and you can make it bigger just like so. You could make the time smaller. Personally, I do like it actually bigger like this so I can remember what time it is. But at the very bottom, you can also change the text. So you can change it from that to this, like so many different ways you can go and customize it. Personally, I think that one actually looks pretty good. And you can also go ahead and change it. If you don't want a clock, you can just click no clock. You can change it back to this time. You can change it to a little bit more like a modern look to the left. You can change it to this type of I mean, you have a lot of different options here. And that's just with the time. Think about that. That's just with the time that you can edit. If you can also change the color of the text as well. Typically, I just like black because most of the wallpapers kind of blend in a little bit. Like if I choose this one, it's a little hard to tell. So I typically will choose this one. You can also choose auto. Well, I guess it's color adapted from the wallpaper, so you can kind of customize it like that too. So it actually is nice because it's not fully black. Like this is like fully black. This one's a little bit tinted, I think. Actually, no, I don't think so at all. But that's basically what you can do here. You can also click down here, and you can also change, the little app icons at the bottom. So we can hold it down one more time. You can change these app icons. So if you want to, you can tap here, and you can make it so it opens up another application instead of your phone call. So you can have it so it enables the flashlight instead, and you can have this one that instead of the camera, it'll open up clock or something. Like there's a lot of other capability, a lot of other options here. And you can also change your contact information. If you want to pay something there, if you want somebody to call you, if they find your phone or whatever, you can put that there. I know a lot of people who, for their work phones, if you're buying this for your work phone, they would put their work number here or their company, so then people will contact the company in case they lose their phone. So once you're ready, you can click done, and that's it. I mean, this is already an amazing feature that we have within our Galaxy S23s, and it's pretty much there for all phones that have One UI 5. Now, another thing I want to show you is actually with LED notifications. Not these notifications, but essentially with our phone, we have the ability of, getting notified with sounds and always on display and whatnot. But we also have the ability of getting it not always on display, but clearly we do have the always on display, but we have the ability of turning on our LED notifications, which is so beautiful. So what we can do here is we can go and click on our notification panel right here. So come into your settings. You want to click on notifications. You then want to go ahead and click on notification pop-up style. So click on there, and then you'll come into this panel. Now you can keep these notifications the same, whatever you want to do, but where it says edge lighting style, what we want to do is we want to click on edge lighting style, and we want to basically go ahead and we can choose how our notifications are displayed. So what this means is that if somebody's, calling us or contacting us, well, we can have not only the standard message that pops up, but we can have a little like LED light show coming around from our phone too. So this is a really cool thing, and every time I see this, it's so shocking to me that so many other phone manufacturers have kind of gone away from this. So you can change the color of these specific LED notifications as well. Usually a lot of people just keep it auto, so if it's like a blue app icon, I think it'll just change it to blue or whatever. And you can also change the transparency and the duration of how long those specific, things last too. So that is already a really cool thing that we have the ability of doing. So we can click done, and now anytime we get a notification, it'll also give us that little pop-up, which is so awesome. Now another thing that I kind of alluded to on top of that is the always on display. Now, for me personally, I actually don't have my always on display enabled, but I do have my Galaxy S22's always on display, so I want to show you both. So on the right, this is always on display off, and on the left, this is always on display on. So if you want it to be on like this, I think by default it's like this, but if you want it to be on like this, I'll show you exactly how to do that. So what you want to do is you want to make your way back into your settings application. What you want to do is you want to scroll down until you see lock screen. So go ahead and click on lock screen like this. And then what you can do is you'll see a bunch of different things that come up. But right here, you will see always on display. So what you can do is you can click on always on display. Now you can modify this however you want to. Now if you want it completely off, just toggle this off and that'll basically just go away. But if you want, what you can do is you can have it to tap to show, where if you just tap your phone like this, it'll go ahead and show you you're always on display. Or, which some people actually prefer that a lot more, or what you can do is have it to show always. So if you go ahead and shut your phone off, it'll automatically show you you're always on display. So a lot more people prefer it this way. It does drain battery a little bit. I will say though, it's not going to be that big that you're going to notice it, and you can always disable it. But that is a really cool thing that you have the ability of doing on your Galaxy phone. I mean, these are probably some of the main reasons people use Galaxies. Now that iPhones have it, that's a big thing too. Pixels have it, a lot of phones have it, but that's a really cool thing that you have here. So those are pretty much the main things on your display and cool things. I want to show you one other thing which is very, very important, and that is within the camera application. So if we make our way over to our camera app, you know that you can go and take photos and whatnot and all this stuff. But a lot of people also know that under this more option, you have a lot more options within your camera. This is probably one of my favorite features within Samsung phones. You have so many features within this camera, it's not even funny. There's just so many options here. But there's another thing that a lot of people forget about, is that you can actually drag some of the, I think all of these options here into your bottom bar. So what you can do, let's say you really like Pro Mode or Pro Video. Well, what you can do is you can go and drag Pro Video like this all the way to the bottom right here, and you can have it in this specific panel. So if you like Pro Video so much, you can just have it here. I probably won't put it there, I'll put it right here. You can go and click save, and now watch. It'll actually give you Pro Video here, so you can go straight into Pro Video without having to come into more and come over there. So if you use some of these specific camera options a lot, feel free to go ahead and come into this panel and drag and drop one of these options down here from the very top to the bottom. You can also just click on the plus button here, and you can pick whichever one you want. So let's say you really love like portrait video, right? Well, what you can do is tap on portrait video or hold it down. I guess it's kind of like that. And you can bring it and drop it wherever you want to. You can also, I think, drag and drop ones that you don't want anymore and bring them up here. In this case, we'll just bring it back down here, but I'll just keep it there. Whenever you're ready, you can click save, and that is it. Your videos will now be there, and you can go ahead and use those specific camera features right there. Samsung has an awesome camera, and that has been something I always recommend people to do. It's just to go ahead and drag and drop whatever features they love here into their camera app, so you don't have to go on under more every single time. It's a much quicker option, and you can just go and kind of slide through there. Now, the last thing I want to show you, everyone kind of knows this by now, but it's actually reverse wireless charging. You might know this, but your Samsung phone has the ability of reverse wirelessly charging other devices. So if you want to enable this, it's basically called like power share or something. What you can do is you make your way back into your settings. So what you can do is you can go under your phone settings right here. You want to go into battery and device care right here. And then what you want to do is you want to go ahead and click on this battery icon right up here. And then what you can do is you can go and click on wireless power sharing right here. And if you turn this on, basically you'll be able to charge up other devices on the back. Now I don't think you can use your phone while doing it, but you can go ahead and turn this on and you can wirelessly charge other phones from your device on the back. So that's pretty much how it's done. If you have any other thoughts or questions or other tricks, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.